Well, hi, folks. How we doing? I think we get the volume set here about right. See, is the volume okay for you folks out there? I'm running with one hand tied behind my back here tonight. Good evening to everybody. Geez, am I even getting out there? I'm not seeing anybody typing in the chat. Say hi, everyone. So, geez, I saw some. Mama Z, it's low, you say. Okay, thank you. Then we'll crank it up here a little. That ain't better. I'm hoping that's better. Okay. Oh, kiss my grass acres. Well, I'm doing a little bit better. Today, Sherry's doing a little bit worse, so we're taking turns. I think I'm able to talk well enough you can understand me. And you can't hear me well. Can you hear me better now? I mean, does it sound much better? All right. Yeah. Getting the volume turned up here. So, I'm kind of curious. Did you all like the thumbnail for tonight's show? Did that attract any attention? My operating room picture. You're saying it's still low. Boy, it's sure not looking low here. Okay, I'm just... I don't want it to clip. It really sounds bad when it clips. So, hopefully this will be better for you folks. Thank you, Tinker's wife. Appreciate it. All right, so what started the thing for tonight's show was a request from an individual that she's in the chat, and she had a problem understanding the best way to create a YouTube banner. And she's certainly not alone. A lot of people have that problem. And she sent me something she had put together with some pictures. And let me just see if I can grab that here. All right, now let me see if this will show up. All right, we'll do it this way. Center screen. Okay, so she sent me this. It said, I can't get this the way that I want to get it. Through not her own fault. She has absolutely no idea how to do this, and a lot of people don't know how to do it. But she has a series of pictures here that she kind of wanted to have included in her banner. And so I said, well, look, I can direct you a little bit and I can get you going, but how about if we make this a project, if you would, a topic of the show for tonight, so that many people can get an idea and learn how we handle something like this. And she said she was willing to do that. So as you can see here, it's Kiss My Grass Acres is the name of the channel, and she wants to create a new banner. She has since sending me this, she has emailed me pictures individually. I have a rough idea how she would like this, but before I go any further, let me go here into the YouTube help area and see what it says about creating channel art. First thing it tells you here is you can no longer edit your channel icon or channel art on mobile devices. You have to use a computer to follow the instructions below. I guess that came as a little bit of a surprise to me, but I do all of my work on a computer anyway, so 6 in one, half dozen the other. The one thing that you have to be totally aware of is that the channel banner displays differently on different devices. There's one look for phones. There's one look for tablets. There's another look for laptops. There's another look for TV sets. Matter of fact, when you upload your channel banner, what you want to be shown on your channel, they actually take that single image and make 3 images out of it. And let me see if I can give you an example of that. And I'm just going to grab one here. This one happens to be farm alarm. And what I want you to notice is this one that I have that I'm picking on right here, and I'll double click it. This is their channel banner, how it would appear on a television set. And they've done a wonderful job in doing this, where the center part of the banner will show up on all devices as it's designed, so on and so forth. But there's also this, which is the desktop application. There's also this, which shows up on smaller devices, such as a phone. And YouTube does all this in the background. And the reason they do that is very simple. All of these devices have got different resolutions, different screen sizes, and all of the images that are projected to these devices are done in the most efficient manner. In other words, can you see it and make it as small as possible, as quick to load, and everything else. So because of that, they do send you some guidelines, which is the page that I'm on. This is the YouTube help page, and they tell you here how to change it. They give you some YouTube help, but the biggest thing here to pay attention to is the image size and file guidelines. So the minimum dimensions for an upload are 2048 pixels by 1152 pixels. And the minimum safe area for text and logos is 1546 pixels by 423 pixels. The maximum width, or the full size, is 2560 pixels. So what they've done, well, and also that the entire file size needs to be 6 megabytes or smaller. They give you a template here. And so this is the template that they will give you. Now, I know that it's a little bit small on here, but I can put a link to this page if anybody wants me to do that. Well, I'll just do that. Okay, so I put that link in the tab to the YouTube help page that I'm on. You can download this template to your computer to have guidelines to go by. Bottom line, if you want to make sure that whatever you have to say on your banner is displayed on all devices, this center dark rectangle here, everything you want to be displayed on all devices needs to be contained within that area. So that's 546 pixels by 423 pixels. Everything has to be contained in that space. The rest of this is all, I'm going to use the term filler. If you look at the banner on our page, on Two Family Homestead page, and let me just go, let me go grab that. I'll just grab the whole file here if I can. All right, this is what the entire picture looks like. That is the banner on our page. And the way that I created this was the background image, which I have of the mixing board. It covers the entire area here. And then through the center, this 423 pixels high area across the center, I have it fading from very light into a solid black and then back into very light again. And I did this so that it degrades well across any platform. So if you are only seeing, let's say, cut off an inch on each end, it's still going to look fine. And you get into a phone where it's real tight and it cuts right into here, you'll just see that black, and again, it'll look fine. So that's the reason that I call this an easily degraded image, because it doesn't matter what it shows up on, it'll be fine. So what I've done here is I have the files that I was sent of 6 different images. I'm just going to say it that way, 6 different images. And I have the channel art template here. So I'm going to open these up I'm going to use paint.net. It's a free program. It doesn't cost anyone anything. It's not a Mac program. If you want to use something that's comparable with Mac, you might want to use GIMP for a free program. But the processes are the same. They're both excellent programs. So I'm going to open this with paint.net. And that gives me my my background, my template. Everything has to fit within this area here. So I'm going to open up the rest of the pictures here. Okay. Now, in looking at these pictures one at a time, they're pretty good sized. This one's 1,944 pixels in height. And that's fine, because these are big pictures. It gives you a lot to work with. In other words, you can reduce these down. It's always easier to reduce down than it is to take a very, very small picture and make it big. So what I'm going to do here, the target that I'm looking for is 423 pixels in height. So I'm going to go through each of these pictures. I'm going to resize them. And I want the height to be 423 pixels. Now, matter of fact, I'm going to back off on that. I'm going to make it just a little bit higher. I'm going to make it 425. I want it to be a little bit over. And that's simply because of the way YouTube will compress things again. So 425 pixels in height. Makes it this high. Do the same thing here to this one. Image. And resize. 425. And you notice I've not changed the ratio on any of these pictures at this point. I'm just going in and I'm changing the height. I'm getting all the heights the same. Resizing this to 425. And we'll get Mr. Chicken here. And there are some different shortcuts you can use where you can do multiple pictures at the same time. That's not what this is about tonight. I want everybody to understand the concepts behind it and what you need to do it. So I'm not getting into keyboard shortcuts. I'm doing this the long way as if you were just getting started on this. So now I have all 6 of these pictures at the right height. But I have a problem. And the problem is real simply this. We'll bring the calculator up. This image is 567 pixels wide. So 567 plus 569 and we'll get this guy. That's 425. And we'll come to okay. Come to this picture. And it's 569. And we have another picture here that's another 569. And one that's 567. One, two, three, four, five, six. So this comes up to be 3,266 pixels in width if I left all these at their full width. The problem is I need to get that down to 1,546 if I want to display the entire picture for everything there. So that's 3,266 minus 1,546. That's taken 1,720 pixels off of this, which is that's a bunch. That's tough. So what else can I do? Now that's if I have the pictures full size. Let me draw this like this. So if I had the pictures full size, like what I'm trying to kind of draw here, it's put them across here, they'd be wider than the entire page. So that's something we just can't do. I need to come up with a way to take these 6 pictures and make some sort of a collage where these pictures can all easily be seen. Now, this is where some creative endeavors come in. Let's let me do this. I want to save these in these sizes. Now, one thing you can do to get a bigger visual on how to assemble something and make it very quickly is to use whatever your choice is on video editors. So what I have in front of you right now is Power Director. That's just my go-to, if you would. And I'm going to import those pictures. Let's see, those should be under Tuesday Show Pics. Now, if I did this right, those should all already be resized. So what I want to do is I want to start adding pictures. And I'm going to bring my banner in here because I can go in on my banner and I can make that translucent so I can see through it. So we'll keep the banner the same way, but we're going to turn the opacity down on it. Oh, let's go about to here. I can still see through. I can see where the dark rectangle is here. And now I can go in and see what I can do to make my pictures show their best, or at least what I feel will be the best. So I have an idea that this chicken head picture is a very important picture to her. So that's one that I'm going to, let me see here. One of the reasons I said you could do this because I've got all these pictures on top of each other and I can turn them on and off as need be. I'll highlight the chicken. Make it easier to work with here. At this point, I'm just going to do it rough. So I'm going to bring this chicken just about to the edge of the dark area in the center. And we'll say, okay. And let's start working with some of these others. Hold on a minute. I might have not gotten it. There we go. I didn't have it set back. Okay, what I'm going to try to do here is try to get these pictures arranged in such a manner where they're a couple high. I have 5 to do, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it here, but we'll try to work out something. This is part of the fun part of designing this. So let's get to this one. My mouse was fighting me. And let's see, what are we going to do here? Let's get the other one up here now too. Okay, 5 makes for an odd size, an odd number. But let's well, let me ask, if Kiss My Grass, if you had your choice of having one of these full size, like the chicken head, of these 1, 2, 3, 4 of these other 5 pictures, which picture would it be? If you could just type that in the chat, I'd appreciate it. Would it be the one with the peaches, the one at the stove, the one in the garden, the one painting the rail? I know what my pick would be. Travis at the stove as the big picture? Okay. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, let me turn this one back on. And I'm going to bring this up full size so I can get a better look at it. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is everything's looking pretty good, but I'm getting a little bit of a black edge around the peaches here. I didn't quite go over far enough with the chicken on the top, and I may not be able to because it's a little bit narrower picture, but so I'm not going to worry about that if that drops off. All right, let me go back and see if I can fix the peaches just a little bit. Okay, now the other thing that I need to do here is I know she wants the name put on here. So what I'm going to do is just grab some text here, and if I make this exactly the way that it is on her page, that would look then like this. And so that's the general overall look. Let me do a couple things here. We want some sort of fancier text. I'm not sure exactly what she would like, but this is easy to do. So let's just grab a preset. Maybe we'll throw some blue in there. And let's okay, we're going to say okay on that for right now. We'll turn the background off. And now I want to look at it again a little closer. And if I can get her to type in the chat what she thinks of the way that this looks right now. Or what major changes does she want? At night can't be seen well. And that's because of the lettering. Okay, I'm trying to figure out a way to make it fit a little better. Let's and I also need to work on this one. All right. Let's see if we can move the lettering around a little different. Let's try this. Let's see what that looks like in a bigger picture here. Okay, how does something like this look to you then? Yes, this is in video editing software, and I mentioned that earlier. The reason that I've done it here to start with, I first resized the pictures in a photo editing program, but I can layer these pictures and resize them, and I've got very good graphics as far as text for the image within the video editing software that I can just overlay everything and get a nice overall picture. Okay, I want to fix the peaches here. They're a little bit off still. So let me go back on that. Okay. So I think this is a real good center start for what we're doing here. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to take a picture of it. All right. So now we'll go back into the Paint Shop Pro. Let me just get rid of these. Well, I guess I didn't look close enough. Save. $168. Okay, so this is the center part of the image that this will show across everything. And I could do just a little trimming here and call it good, but this is how it would look on a TV, and you may want something a little different than that. So let me do this. We're gonna just clean this up just a little bit. And I want this to be the proper size. So the size I'm looking for on this is 1546 by 423. Image, resize. Okay, so I'm 5 pixels off on the size. I got the height just a little bit higher than what it should be, which is fine. All right, this is the actual size right here of what you want the centerpiece to be. So we'll take that and save it. Well, let me do it this way. I'll save it as And let me go save it back in this other folder. Tuesday show pics. And we're going to save it as a JPEG. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to place this. This outside dimension is 2560 by 1440. So I'm going to say canvas size. $25.60. I want that right in the middle. Okay, and let me just get rid of that black line over here. Maybe I should have recolored it. Hold on. Okay, so this is the actual size that would be ready to upload. And let me save it. Save as. Center JPEG, and we have it saved in this directory here. Okay. So what we now have is a full-size banner ready to upload. If you wanted to have a different background on this, you could do that. I could cut out this center part, which contains the Kiss My Grass, the pictures that she wants on the banner, the chicken head over here on the right, And I could overlay that on any other multicolor background, something floral, something just or just a different color. We could do all that. All you'd have to do is just cut out this center part and you would have it. I suppose you all would like to see maybe what that looks like. So, how can I do this? Okay, I guess one way I know to do this. I wouldn't do this for just anybody. Okay, now maybe you can see this. Maybe you can't. I'm hoping you can see this. This is what it'll look like on a desktop. This is what it'll look like on a television. And here's how it'll look on a mobile phone. Now I can adjust a little cropping here if I need to, but I don't think I need to. I think everything here looks very good. So I can just upload that. I normally click Auto Enhance because I know that YouTube is going to degrade the picture when they compress it. And if I just say select at this point, that is what it looks like. So temporarily for the moment, Kiss My Grass Acres is on the top, is our banner on our two-family homestead page. Okay, Kiss My Grass Acres. Does this, if you're happy with this the way that it is, I can just email that to you, or I can go ahead and I can do more. I'm going to go ahead and change. All right. I guess I better go find my banner. That's all right. I can do it this way. Okay, image, resize. Oh, it's already the right size. Okay. And then we're back to normal. Okay, so I have an opportunity here now where I can come back over and look at the chat. And so, first off, does anybody have any questions with what we did? Any steps of what we did? I'm not saying that this is the easiest way to do it. I just wanted to kind of get across some basic understanding that you have to make things fit within the template. If you want it to be seen across all devices, it's just that very center part. So if you go look on any phone, any tablet, it'll display properly. Now what I'm kiss my grass if you like, what I'll do is I'll put some sort of a graduated color or a gradient color or something background on that, so it's not just stark white. And we'll do that, and I'll just email that back to you, and then you can just upload it to your website. So, any questions from anybody, or is there a different topic you'd like for me to talk about maybe next week? I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. And guess I'm not seeing anything else. Well, kiss my grass acres. You are welcome. Is it possible to do this with iMovie? I'm going to say that it is. I have never used iMovie. I don't use Apple's here, but I'm going to say that you should be able to do that with iMovie, simply because I know it's a good editing program. And I know that you can add pictures, and as you add pictures, you can resize them, and you can place them where you need to place them. And that's all I did. That's what I used the video editing software for. I could quickly add all the images. I could make them different sizes. I could overlap one another. I could get a general look of the way that I wanted the banner to be. And then simply take a picture of it. And I happen to have mine set up that it takes a decent sized picture. And I go and grab that in my photo editing program and touch it up, do any cleanup I need to do, make all the edges nice and sharp, and go from there. And if you do try it, and if you get hung up, it's easy to get frustrated. It is so easy to get frustrated. But there's no reason to. Send me an email. I'll get back with you and help you out the best I can. Nothing I did tonight would you have to use the video editing software for. I do that because it's a little easier. It's a little quicker to resize the pictures and so forth. You can do it all in a photo editing program, especially using different layers put all your pictures on separate layers and resize them and place them exactly where you want. And in some cases, it may be easier for one to do that if you're very comfortable in your photo editing program. I'm pretty comfortable in my video editing program. And anyway, that's just the way that we kind of did it here. J-Love, I'm glad you like it. I know they got a lot of things in there that said, well, if you just buy this, if you just buy this. But I know you wanted something that had some power behind it, and I thought that would probably do you a pretty good job. But don't be afraid to try others, especially like DaVinci. There is absolutely nothing wrong with using free software. You know, the only problem I have with free software is lack of support. If it's free, if there's a huge following, a user community where you can get help in forums and things like that, that's fine. And maybe you never want to push the software to the Sonny's place. I understand Photoshop is, that's kind of the grandfather of all these. The personal problem I have with Photoshop is I'm going to say, when I say younger, keep in mind, let me just say 30-year-old average adult getting into this, looking at wanting to get into Photoshop, and maybe they want to get Premiere Pro, they want to go the whole shebang with Adobe. Before you know it, they're paying $50-some a month just for the privilege of using that software. And I think that's next to highway robbery. Okay, use the free Snap-it to create. Yeah, there's a number of websites out there you can do that with. But again, it's nice to have your own personal touch into this. Hey, I'm gonna give a special thank you to all the mods out here. I didn't have to go wake Sherry up at all, and I want to thank everybody for behaving yourselves in the chat here and not giving the mods any problems. Not that they'd let you, but we've got a great group of mods here. We've got some other things coming here. Just didn't have them ready, but it looks YouTube has given our channel a few extra things. As you can probably tell, we do have the merchandise where we can tag it into the stream here, and any of those things really, really help us. The type of channel we have with the live streams like this. This is not a high revenue channel on YouTube because the live streams are watched generally once and not gone back to, and you don't get high view counts. I mean, the only way you're going to get 10,000 views on a live stream is to have 6,000 people watching it. And obviously we don't have that. We'd have to have 1 million subscribers to obtain those kind of numbers. So we don't. Your help with the links, with the merchandise, Thrive Life, and using our Amazon link, TubeBuddy, all those. We certainly appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a fact. Live streams do not demand the views that, if I made three 20-minute videos on cooking, let's just throw that out. I throw 3 different recipes out there and put them out. Those 3 videos in the same amount of time as what we took here tonight could potentially make us a few bucks. Our typical live stream, our typical hour-long live stream makes us about 75 cents. So we appreciate your support. We love the community. We love to support the smaller channels. We want to see everybody grow. We want to see everybody prosper. GIMP is a very, very good piece of software. GIMP will run on Mac or a PC. All right. I think I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate you all being here this evening. Been a lot of fun. And hopefully you learned something. And Kiss My Grass Takers will be getting a new banner in an email. I'm gonna touch it up a little bit more here. But GIMP is an editing program, Tinker's Wife. It's like Paint.net or Photo Editor or Photoshop. I'm not sure Photoshop can do anything that GIMP cannot do. And we're gonna try to do more of these. We're gonna try to do more of these where we work with photo editing programs, different video editing programs, just to try to make you folks get a little bit more comfortable with creating your own stuff. Joan Bee Farm is glad to see you're in here. So. Okay. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate all of you. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. We plan to be back Thursday night for our kind of support night and looking at channels and giving little reviews on your channels. And we will see you later. Mods, thank you so much for the evening here tonight. Appreciate it. And if you have a topic you'd like to talk about next week, send me an email. Send me a problem. I'm throwing it out to you folks that join us here on a Tuesday night because you're my audience. We wouldn't get anything done without you. So you got something you want to see, let us know. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Have a great week. Bye-bye.